It is time. Okay, this is my Minecraft realm. I started it on December 19th. And me, Nat, Planty, and Hippo from my Discord server have played on it for a month. We used a free trial, so I got 30 days free, and maybe in the future I'll do this again. But I guess let's start then. This is the spawn area. This is where I first spawned. I put in these cobblestone walls in creative, so I cheated. I put these cobblestone walls in so people wouldn't die. And here are the original signs I put up. They're pretty outdated. Also, this is not Planty's dog. This is my dog. This is Spawny, because he lives at spawn. Okay, so this is Snap. This is the ravine that's right next to spawn. It was Planty's idea to put a big glass ceiling over it, so we did. There's a tree that spawned down there. That's pretty cool. We didn't finish this till today, but we've been slowly, randomly deciding to work on it up until today. And I guess we can start looking at the bulk of the world now. So this way is how we get to Planty's house. I'm not that good at commentating, but yay, this is Planty's house. It looks kind of like a lighthouse. I think that was partly his intention, because if your render distance is high enough, you can see it pretty near my house. So yeah, let's go inside. Yeah, you can also see it from spawn, if you look up. So I won't mess with any of his stuff, but here's his house. Here's his dog, Doug. I don't think I've ever seen Doug before. It's my first time. Here's his no stealing chest with his valuables in it. Which I don't know why coarse fruit are valuables, but I guess they're very important to him. Okay, and we can get down by jumping in this little pool down here. Or you can fall. Here's a nice little camping area or something like that. And we could walk that way, but Planty has a nice basement with a tunnel that goes all the way through this mountain area. Yeah, here are some coordinates for some important areas. They haven't been updated in a long time, and also some of them are pointless now because I took the bees away from these coordinates. So he built this tunnel. It's pretty cool. And this is how we get to the main part of the world, which is my house and the village. You can see it here coming up. We got a lot of sugar cane because paper is important. And I guess we should pay respects to Milo, which is Planty's cat, which he tried to bring back through the nether. That villager looks like he's gonna die. Anyways, so yeah, rest in peace, Milo. I wasn't there. when it happened. I think Nat was, though. Here is my first farm. It used to be all wheat, and then a portion of it was potatoes, and then later we added carrots, but then Nat built a better potato farm over in the village, so I changed all the potatoes to carrots. Here's my cow farm. This was my source of food for a while. Every now and then I repopulate it and then kill them all. Okay, so this used to be a cave. This small part right here used to be like a small cave that went to probably about like right here and stopped. I wasn't originally intending to build my house here. I just needed a place to set up camp, but then it turned into my house and I really like how it turned out. So, kind of glad I stayed here. And you probably heard, but this is our nice sand tripwire. Whenever you walk over it, it plays a fun song. And it also acts kind of like an alert system. If anything walks over it, you know someone's in your house. So that's pretty cool. Here's our storage system. Well, one of them. This was our initial storage system. Later on, let me restart. It started out very unorganized, and then over time we started organizing it better, and then Nat came up with the idea to have another storage room over there with other stuff, and it's become a little bit unorganized again. There's a bunch of random chests, but that's just expected. That happens. With some shulker boxes with some various stuff in them. This is what we usually put our elytra stuff in, like gunpowder and paper and phantom membranes before we got mending on them. Here's a nice little jukebox with some of the music discs we got. We got a lot of music discs. And here's a lectern full of important coordinates that we could update. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be visiting all of the towns and villages, but we'll definitely check out all of the important stuff. This chest, I don't remember what used to be in it, but I started using it for banner making stuff, and some more stuff got added in. This is where Nat would go AFK, he'd just sit in here. Here is our smelting corner. Yeah. Sometimes zombies would just appear. I don't know how they got inside the house. This is the smelting corner. We have just a bunch of furnaces. We'll look at this later. This is the brewing stand that I built. It's a nice little themed area where we would make potions, of course. Oh yes, Bill. So here's Bill. I think it was Planty. He put a item frame over by the door over there and put a fish named Bill on it. And I moved it a couple times, and this is where it ended up staying. Here is my aquarium with Murray, which is, I think he's that one right there. And Murray used to live in this little hole right here. But once I made the aquarium, I moved him in with a bunch of other fish, so it's pretty cool. This is my bed. Yeah, it took me a really long time to make a fancy place for my bed, but eventually I did, and this is what it came up with. This is just a chest with some... It used to be, like, more important stuff, I think, around the time we were gonna fight the Ender Dragon. We have pillager banners everywhere, from just wandering ones as well as raids that would happen. Well, the 2 raids that happened. One of them was in another village over there, and it was very unfortunate. Both me and Nat died, and Nat lost all his stuff. But Nat did beat a raid, I think it was here in this village, our village, so that's pretty cool. Congratulations. This is the expanded area. The house that used to be here for a long time, and it has all the other storage stuff. Yeah. It has like mob drops and books, more valuable things. And then we have the meeting room, which is really cool. Planty made the meeting room, and then I added the maps. I used to have a normal chair like these other ones here, but I didn't like it. I wanted a high chair, so I put my boat here. Here's a map of the whole surrounding area. You can see where we are right here in that mountain, and there's the village that I'll show you guys later. Here's Nat's fort, there's Hippo's house, there's Spawn right there, and Planty's house, and then we'll go to this place at the end of the tour. And here is the Bruh monument. The H doesn't appear on the map for whatever reason, so that's kind of sad, but you know, just sometimes like that, sometimes. Yeah, whenever you add something new, you have to like break off the map and reset it. Okay, I think now's a good time to go to the basement while it's still night. Oh yeah, the world map. Me and Nat spent a really long time filling these maps out. They're as big as you can, well, as small as you can make a map's ratio, and it's huge. It's all of the expanded area, and if I took the time, I could probably point out all the villages on this map right here, because this is the one that I filled out. Yeah. Let's go to the basement. There are 2 entrances to the basement. There's this entrance, which I will use in a little bit, but the main entrance is one of the first things I did on this world. First, I built this tunnel all the way down, well, this staircase, but that's not fun, so I built this chute, this little tunnel here that we can drop down. This place used to be really bland, but eventually Nat made it look really nice, and I think it looks, I didn't think I'd ever have the patience to spruce up the basement, but Nat ended up doing it for me, so that was pretty cool. And this used to be just a small area with a bunch of tunnels everywhere, but Nat dug out this entire area here. This is just where we can get obsidian. That's where I got a ton of obsidian. And here is the sands farm. You can come in here and kill some skeletons. And you can actually go up here and look into the spawner. I will kill this creeper. Thank you, Nat. So you can actually look in here, and this is where they spawn and drop down. Alright. And as I said, there's another entrance. And it's right here. This leads up into the other storage room. I just thought it would be really convenient if we could get down to the basement really quickly from this area too, because it's also important. Alrighty. Let's check out Nat's house. I guess we could look outside at the little portrait here first. There's not much to say. It took me a really long time to make my house look nice. It used to be all just stone, but one day I just sat down and built all of it to make it look cooler. So let's go see Nat's house. Nat was bunking with me for a long time, and then he built his own house up here. Well, I guess it's more of a dorm. There's a snow golem that he made. Pretty cool. There's a nice little balcony that we can look out over the village. Yes, indeed. Let's get a demonstration. Nice. Here's some chests and a painting. There's no secret behind it. There's a painting. This just leads out back. And I guess we can go to the... Should we go to the summit later or right now? Okie doke. So... let's go to the nether really quickly, because we don't need to show all that. And then we can do the village. The nether's just gonna be a quick peek in. Ooh. This is a little thing to protect us from ghasts, because sometimes ghasts would just spawn in here and start attacking. Looks like I left some glass in here from when I was fighting Pigman. Over there's a bunch of stuff. There's a nether fortress, and then there's portals to villages and stuff, and another nether fortress, but I don't think we need to go look at all that, so let's just go this way. Which is a nifty little portal to the stronghold. If I ever do another realm, I think one of my goals is to make the nether and the portals to all the places more decorative and connected. So yeah, here's the portal to the end. I guess we don't really have anything else to do in the nether, so why don't we hop in? Yeah, this is the end, like you'd expect. I was going to film the Ender Dragon battle, and in fact I thought I had filmed it, but turns out I forgot to hit record, so that's very unfortunate. But yeah, that leads up to the expanded end. We've been to lots of end cities. I got Elytra for pretty much everybody. We lost a couple of them though, unfortunately. If you make end crystals and place them on all the bedrock on top of the towers, the Ender Dragon respawns and you can fight him again. But it's kind of too late for that. Yeah, it's very tedious. So now we're back home. Well, I'm back home. Okay. So let's check out the village. Originally it started with this little room right here and just this room. and it had one villager that we had from curing a zombie villager. And I added this little cool outdoor area, which I continued to expand as we got more villagers, and I started expanding this area more and more. This is a better smelting room for like smelting a ton of stuff at once. We put lava buckets in here and get great output. This just leads back up to by the basement. Our first villager was, I believe, Ryuji. I wonder if he's still alive. He was Nat's horse. I never got a horse, but he built this little nice pen for it. We have lots of cats. And also skeleton horses, and one of them escaped. He's out in the unknown somewhere. This is our beacon. I think it was Nat who started building this way before we even got the beacon with all these ores, and it looks pretty nice. This is a pond, Cleric's Pond, and you can actually go under and see the underside of the beacon room, and we were going to keep filling this out till it became a tier 3 beacon, but we didn't have enough time. This is Terran. I believe this was Nat's first cat. The reason there are so many beehives and nests is because I keep bringing bees back, but then they keep dying. So these are just here now. There are no bees that live here. I think I've brought back at least 5 or 6 bees on different occasions. This is our Ender Dragon egg. Here's a nice little memorial for it. We'll find that later. So this didn't used to be a village, it used to be wilderness, but as we got more and more cured zombie villagers, we started breeding them and just expanding until we had this nice village. I built this nice sugarcane AFK machine. I didn't end up using it that much, but it was useful a couple of times. You can see the outside of it out here. So this is the first house in the village that Nat built. It's just a standard little nice house, and the farmer sometimes sleeps here because the potato farm is so nearby. Then I built the library. People sometimes just jump on this table and get stuck by this flower pot and refuse to leave. The fisherman's been here a couple days. Here's a lectern with a very important book on it. So if you want, you can pause that and read it. It's very important. Let's see, what house was built next? It was the cleric's house. I built this cleric's house. Give it a very nether theme. Oops. Yeah, I actually quite like the look of this. Took a lot of resources though. Nat built this little center. I believe I put the bell here, but Nat built this nice little center with a well, and there's an iron golem down here. It's possible to get him out. I've got him out before, but then we decided that it's best for him to stay down there. He's just chilling. Here's a fisherman's house that Nat built. He doesn't have a pond to fish in, but he has this nice place here, even though the Fletcher's sleeping in here right now. This is the Fletcher's house. It looks very nice. Nat built it. I never noticed that. That's really cool. It is rocky. If you get rid of the door right there, it becomes very apparent. That's actually really cool. I'm upset that I never noticed that before. There's some bamboo that we got eventually. It took quite a while. We had to actually build another portal to get to the jungle because it was so far away. Because of the Sands farm, we have a ton of bones, and so I just started making bone blocks, and then I made the skull right here, and then later on I decided, you know what, why not turn it into a house? So I made it into the butcher's house. The butcher disappeared for a long time, and then I found him again earlier today, and then he disappeared again, so I can't trade any of the chickens or anything that I was going to. But I built this chicken farm connected to it. Here's just a nice mushroom house that Nat built. No one sleeps here for some reason, but it looks very nice and very quaint. And here is bamboo. I already talked about that. Okay, moving on. We have a lot of exits of the village. Yes, indeed, it does go to the sheep farm. I actually didn't even know we had a sheep farm till I was finishing the rest of the map room. And then I just discovered it, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. I didn't even know this was here. Oh, and here's the mason's house that Nat built. It has a very nice style. Looks very interesting. Yes, it does look like a Breath of the Wild shrine. I'm just missing all of the references. Oh, and here's the apartments Nat built. Eventually I was gonna build just a big room, a big house with a bunch of beds. Then Nat built this apartment, so I didn't have to, and it's really cool. It's just for sleeping. Yeah, the stairs are a bit weird, but all the villagers managed to get up it and sleep in here. There's a fisherman, I guess he found his way out of the table. This is Hollow. This was the second zombie villager we freed. And turn my volume, my mic back on. So I guess I'll go back. Yeah, this is the golem that used to be up there. I got interrupted, so I turned off my mic, but I forgot to turn it back on, so let's just resume. What? Oh, okay. Let's go to Hippo's house. Hippo's house is pretty close. You can see it from a lot of areas. There's where the egg went. Let's find it again later. It's right there. Okay, never mind. There's a lot of acacia trees here because I was just planting them to get a bunch of acacia wood, but I actually like how they look, so I left them here. So yeah, Hippo's house, to get there, it's kind of like parkour, kind of, a little bit. He decided to build a tree house. Okay. This is where he used to keep his amazing enchanted fishing pole before he lost it. Rest in peace. I assume this is where he stored all his stuff, even though there's nothing in any of these chests. Most of us, except for maybe Planty, stored most of the stuff in the main storage unit back at my house. Ah yes, Hippo really enjoyed listening to very loud the Yoshi Clan whenever we would listen to music on the voice chat.
Don't you dare skip it! Don't you dare skip it or you are gay!
No.
I will scream my slur at you!
I don't think this is finished. I want to read this sign. You can see in the distance Fort Akala. And here we have Thanos wool. I never knew what this was. I just saw purple wool on a fence post. This is very cool. So you can see Fort Akala in the distance. That is Nat's fort he built. Yes, it is where we fought the Wither, and we can show the arena. On many occasions, me and Hippo would just burn up from this lava. But luckily, there's water down here that you can just walk into and catch on fire. So let's just get a good look at it. Just walk around. It's very well made. This hill up here, this cliff, used to have a bunch of birch trees up here. Down there you can see the lava fall from the moat. Let's just go down there for no particular reason. This is the bubble elevator down from the Wither arena. Yeah. How? How did you do that? Oh. That is pretty goofy. So we can get back up with this. No, you can't. Never mind. I'll forgive your spieling. So I'll show off the fort while Matt tries to get back up. Well, I almost died. There's still a bunch of remnants from the preparations for the Wither fight, such as this ender chest and all these armored stands and chests. That's nice. And there's these two towers that you can go up, and then this final tower up here, which has a nice little Well, it's a tower. Yeah. You can look out. You can see Hippo's house from here if your render distance is high enough. Yeah, whenever I'd fly back home from here, I would usually jump off of this, and I wouldn't even have to use a rocket. So let's go down and see the weather arena. Nat spent a really long time putting this together, just make it look cool. It's destroyed now because of the fight, which you can see our fight in another video. There's a nice mine shaft up here. I'll show some footage of this arena before it was destroyed, about right now, so enjoy that for a couple seconds. Okay, that's enough. The wither can destroy obsidian, I found out. The only thing it can't destroy is bedrock. I'm surprised that most of the floor was not destroyed, and the stairs, only this pit area right here was destroyed from the stairs, so he actually didn't destroy that much aside from that area there, and of course the very top, which he did a lot from the initial explosion. Yeah, that would make sense. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. So I guess now all that's really left is the summit and the battlefield. I guess I could show off the Bra Monument in real life. So this is the area that I would just put a bunch of large trees to cut down. And over here I made a giant bra that I wanted to appear on our map. Bruh. And over here is Catfish's Maw, which connected to one of the caves, I believe, that we were mining in. And this is where we originally got Ryuji. We trapped him down here, and then we built out, and Nat built this nice little area. And I had to get him out with a boat, because everyone logged off and I had to do it by myself. But it was pretty fun. I got him here and I pulled him up. I think it might be cool to go on the path that I took Ryuji back home on. I didn't know where I was when I did this. So let's go. It's pretty simple, I just took him around. There's a little... I might blur this out, because this will be a big surprise later. Yeah, no spoilers. Okie doke. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this used to be, I think the dirt was right here that was separating these two areas, but I made a canal so I could get through. And this stone here, I don't know if Nat knows this, but this is how I got Ryuji into the house. Indeed. So I guess let's go up to the summit now. If I recall correctly, I believe Nat was originally going to build his house up on the summit. Oh, here's some. Here's all the purple plants that I planted to make the area look more cool. Yeah, Nat just basically bunks with me in the dorm. That circular thing right there was something Nat was building, but he never finished. So I finished the basis of it. It's not used for anything, but mobs spawn under it, so that's cool. I really like coming up to the summit because you can see really far and like look down at the village and stuff, and you can see Hippo's house off in the distance. A lot of changes have been made to this summit. At one point I had a wall all around it. This tree has been here for a really long time. I was originally going to just cut it down for wood, but I didn't. And we just left it there because it looked really nice. And yes, there's the skeleton horse that I said escaped earlier. He's just sitting there. And this is the way back down. This is where Murray lived, down in this hole here. And well, this recently Nat built a battlefield above the beacon, and we get there through Rainbow Road. And unfortunately Nat's gonna have to walk because I want to take the minecart. And here it is, the battlefield. It looks really nice. I probably would have never made something like this, so it's cool that Nat did. There's a little area down here. Originally we were going to have another portal up here, but it turned out to be too inconvenient. Here is Battlefield Dog. And you can reset your spawn here. This was a shulker box with some of my stuff that I put my stuff when we were fighting on Battlefield once. And yeah, let's have a battle. We have keep inventory on for this tour. Normally we don't have it on, but for this tour we turned it on to make things more convenient, and so, well, that should make things easier. Alrighty, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Wait, okay, never mind. Here, let me get a... I almost just jumped off. Okay, well, let's do that later. Okay, let's fight. 3, 2, 1. Nat usually wins these. And I'm gonna use a Nat's lag to my advantage. Maybe he would have won if I didn't have lag, but my sword has sharpness 5, so... Yeah, sure, let's have a quick rematch. and then I'll use my elytra and show the battlefield from different angles because it looks really cool. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, alright, let's do the tiebreaker. Should I turn the rain back on? Because I just cleared it. It would make things interesting. Actually, let's make it even more interesting. There's gonna be thunder. Alrighty, ready? Three, 2, 1, go. Ooh. You have knockback. No. My old sword, before I got this one, the Mark I sword. At least I think it was the Hex sword. Maybe I didn't name it, but my original good sword had it did have sharpness 5, and it had looting 3 on it, and also knockback 2, but I lost that in the end, so I had to make a new sword, and this is the one I eventually ended up making, and it doesn't have knockback, unfortunately, which is why that I just lost just then. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna show off the battlefield now from the air. Alright, so that's basically all the main stuff for the tour. But there's one more thing that we can show. Unless, Nat, do you know anything that we forgot to show? This is a little fishing area. You can fish here. Alrighty. Alright. We're at the end of our journey. Let's go. Funny prank. Oh yeah. Matt went AFK on a lily pad, and then I built a little hole down here to trap him in, but then he came on right after I finished, so it was kind of pointless. We've done a couple pranks, many of them accidentally resulting in death. The bubble elevator ones were probably the worst. That caused a lot of problems. Yeah. Hippo drowned, and then I drowned trying to fix it, and then we accidentally... Yeah... There's a lot of drowning moments. So this path is actually the last thing we built. right before we'd started recording, Matt decided that we should make a path, and I'm kind of glad we did because it's really nice. So I believe this thing that we're going to is Planty's idea, and he built most of it. But this is Determination Road. This area is where I originally went to get sand all the time. I would get a shovel and I'd just dig out a ton of sand. And well, Planty turned it into this really nice looking area. There's red concrete powder, there's these nice cherry blossom trees. It's been a while making. And well, here's the end. And there's all our names. Hipposaurus Dip, Nintendude, Nat, and Planty Monfu. Maybe the next time... Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Maybe the next time we do a realm, more people could join, and it wouldn't just be 4 people, but that's in the future. So for now, let's just enjoy this. It's fireworks time. Well, that's it. That's all we had. Bye-bye. This was really fun. I want to do a realm again. Hey buddy, you gonna drown? I can't do this. Well, that's it. We're done. Okay. This is a lot of fun. Probably the most fun I've ever had in Minecraft. Minecraft is really fun when you play with other people. If you haven't used your Realm free trial and you want to play Minecraft with people, you should probably use your free trial. You might have as much fun as we did. And yes, you can join the Discord server. I will put it in the description. And then maybe the next time we make a realm, maybe 1.16 comes out, maybe something like that. You guys can join too. And it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, that's it. That's all. Bye-bye. I'm gonna crash into spawn as my final send-off. Let's look into the ravine at night. It looks pretty cool. I think this is why Planty wanted to make a glass ceiling in the first place. And it ended where it all started. The end.